Next stop is the new Croft Circuit for rounds 13 and 14 of this year's championship. And I think it would be fair to say we are in for a wet weekend's racing. It is absolutely bucketing down out there and there is a lot of water on the track.
Hello guys, welcome to this new video. Here we are racing in Croft and we need to have a bit of a longer gear ratio to have some top speed.
The drivers are ready then for the start of the sprint race, so let's join them down on the grid.
We are starting last as usual, so we have to fight through the whole grid. I think the windshield wiper is not working properly. I'll have to talk with the team. This circuit was very tricky. It took me a few attempts because, as you will see in my other video of crashes, there are lots of crashes in this circuit. As you can see, the AI drivers are very aggressive in their moves. Especially entering the corners, they will launch themselves at you. So sometimes we have a good braking zone and we are braking in the correct braking point, but if an AI driver rams you from behind, you won't have any room left to brake anymore and we will get spun out of the track. Some of these corners are very tight and you can see my driver is getting very mad. And sometimes even the AI drivers will get into incidents, they will crash, have some slides, they will spin out. This fourth gear corner was a bit tricky because you don't want to go too slow, otherwise the cars behind will hit you, but if you go too fast it's pretty easy to spin out of the corner. The same thing with this fifth gear corner. Sometimes you'll do a whole race and everything will be going fine and then it just spin out of nowhere. So I guess you could take those turns a bit slower, but then the overall speed of the track will be too slow. I also will post a different video. I think I made a very fast lap in time trial mode with this car in the rain as a practice for this circuit. It was 1 minute 11 seconds. I'm not sure if there is any faster time than that online. Maybe that's a world record. Now things are starting to look better. But in this circuit the lap is only 1 minute 10 seconds and somehow the laps are very fast paced. The AIs have a very fast pace, so if you spin out and you lose like 10 seconds or 20 seconds, you are not able to make up for that during the race because the race is too short and the AIs are too fast. So to make up for 2 seconds, we will need to drive at least 2 to 3 seconds faster than the fastest AI every lap to catch them up. So and as you guys can see, it's really hard to drive that much faster than the AI on this fast circuit. especially with the fast corners. Sometimes they slow down a bit more, other times they will not slow down as much and they will just launch themselves in. I think here towards the end I started being a little bit more conservative with the way I was approaching some corners, and I started slowing down my pace just to avoid getting into any incidents. I think there are not many corners that are that tight in this game, like that second gear left-hander. Also, the rain makes it very difficult to be mixed with the grid, because you'll run into contacts very often. So if the AI keeps having contact with you, eventually they will spin you out as well. That is why for this particular track and race you want to get away from them as fast as possible. Now no mistakes close to the end, just be careful. And we take another win home. Let's check out.
Here's the final positions. A sparkling performance then from the newcomer, and that's another sprint victory under his belt.
You gotta love the immersion in this voice acting and the whole thing going on.
The one-shot showdown qualifying session for the feature race is about to start, so let's see who comes away with pole.
The feature race will have a bit of an unexpected thing going on, so I think qualifying will help us a lot. I heard the tires in the limit of grip there. The difference in pace that we have when we are alone in the track, it's huge, so you can see how bad the impact of the traffic is. I think that was quick. Not my fastest.
Let's see how that time fits into the final grid. And the opposition were made to look ordinary there as the newcomer takes pole comfortably.
We gotta love this commentary. So here it has been raining all day, but they will change your tires to slicks, so we have to put intermediates back on.
And the conditions are improving here as the teams get the cars ready for today's feature race. So we're ready for today's longer feature race. Let's see how it unfolds.
The way the guy talks, like he's already expecting something to happen. And the first time I tried this race it went horribly because I started with the slicks. And you guys will see just in a second. AI is being very aggressive, and now the rain just started pouring down again. So we had about 5 seconds of dryness, of dry weather, and then it just starts raining. And if we were driving with the slicks, even the 4th gear turns, you would have to take those in 3rd gear and stuff like that. And even when I was trying to do that, I was trying to go for 1 gear lower at every corner, and I will just still spin out of the corners, because then the braking points are way earlier, and even when I tried everything, it just felt impossible to drive consistently with slicks on rainy weather on a wet track. And then when you factor in the pace that the AIs have, I think maybe they start also with the slicks or with the intermediates, I don't know, but
the pit lane is open whenever you're ready to make a stop.
Every time I tried, well, now you guys see the aggressiveness I was talking about. Now we have to catch up and to try to make our best performance. I hope the car doesn't have any damage, because that will slow us down in the pits. Some of these fast corners I end up taking them wide, because when I want to take them hitting the apex, sometimes I will spin into oversteer, I will spin into the inside of the corner. Maybe sometimes it's the curbs, other times it's just that I will reduce the speed just enough, but then any AI will come up and have contact with us, because sometimes they seem like they avoid braking, like the spin we just had back there. They end up, instead of braking completely, they brake a little bit and then they expect to hit you to slow down or something like that. Or they just throw themselves into the corners and then correct it really fast. Maybe if we were using the keyboard or another input method, it would be faster to correct into counter steer, because the motion would be very fast and small. What happens with the steering wheel is that we have a lot more precision and we can make really quick lap times, because we are managing the tire grip a lot better. But at the same time, if we get into oversteer, but especially understeer and oversteer, it's very hard to correct that into the opposite direction in real time really quick. And having a centering spring on with a heavy setting, that kinda helps with that, but then you will also become a bit slower turning the wheel in general. You definitely don't want the wheel to feel too light, but sometimes, well, it's never too heavy, but sometimes it can be. So we are making up some positions. Let's hope we don't have any more incidents during this race. Whoa, that was a bit wide there.
Your teammate is making a stop now, don't come in.
I never tried coming into the pits when my teammate is there. I don't know what happens. Probably we have to wait in line for him to finish, or maybe they will just send us away and we waste a bunch of time.
It's busy here in the pit lane now. We're ready for you now.
I think now that we are halfway through the race we should pit, because as you can see some of these corners are very fast. Sometimes we have little lockups and stuff like that, and from the attempts that I had, I feel that the grip on the tires will decay. It will start to decay quickly after the first 5 laps. Depending a little bit on how you drive, of course.
Watch your speed and look for the crew.
So here we go for another set of intermediates, because we cannot trust the weather. I don't think that the wet tires will benefit us that much, to be honest. Maybe if it was a bit of a stormy weather or something like that. But what happens here is that we could get on the wet tires and then the rain could stop for a little bit again. And that would... Whoa. This was very aggressive. This Nissan, man. These guys, they have been like this the whole championship, but it feels, or it looks like, the further we go down the line and the more we are into the leadership of the championship, it starts to get worse. The guys start plotting against us. So our maker, our brand is winning the championship against the other brands, and at the same time me and my teammate, I think we are leading the championship, first and second place. So, or maybe not, I think that I'm leading but he is still in the top 5, something like that. But these Nissan drivers, they can have like a strong claim to the championship if I let them win a few rounds. I think that if I quit at least 2 races and they get first place in a couple of rounds, they will be evenly matched with me, so we can expect these guys to be pretty aggressive through the whole championship. And their car is also fast. So here I don't really want to race my teammate, especially because we don't want to get into any crash or anything like that. My car is looking a bit damaged, I think. I will have to check out the damage later, but I don't know. I feel like I can't be as quick as I was before the pit stop. Somehow I was quicker in the beginning and now I've been losing pace. Or maybe I'm just getting tired of this circuit. And that was bit too much contact there. Well, this is unexpected because I'm a bit afraid of staying behind, lagging behind my teammate, and then getting spun out by the Nissan driver, but at the same time we have to try to go for it. But it's really hard to trust the setup, the tires, the whole thing about this race. Some of these straights are very fast, and these medium to fast speed corners, you have to enter them very fast. And finally, I've also posted a video to YouTube of all the crashes that we had here in recent attempts of doing this, because it was miserable. Like, we would get spun out at least one time or two.
Final lap. Repeat.
And then when we were getting closer to the end and finally getting everything as it should be, we would get just spun out again. I wish I had saved more of my attempts, because there were some pretty crazy ones, but then sometimes you just get mad. Yeah, I had some pretty nasty shunts around this circuit as well. Let's try to take it home. We're getting into our fastest lap time. Wow. So you guys see, this was very unexpected. I think I saw the Nissan car there. But we are in second. So that car was lapped already. We made the best we could. Well, we can't win all the time.
So let's see the final result. A good race then for the new driver in the Renault. 12 points for second place.
Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys.
So let's see how today's results affected the championship table. Incredibly, the newcomer to touring cars is sitting pretty at the top of the table with quite a lead opening up. Let's see how today's events affect the Constructors' Championship table.